everyone, this is Madhavi Karmodi, Assistant Professor in CSC Department. In this lecture, I'll discuss about how to insert the node after the specified node, or we can say that how to insert the node in the middle position. In the previous video lectures, we have seen how to insert the node in the beginning position and at the end position. Let us see how to insert the node at the specified position. Insert after or insert middle. Okay, here I'll write the code void insert after. Okay, whatever value I want to insert, I am passing that value as a parameter. If you want, you can pass the value as a parameter, or in the function itself you can accept that value from the user by using scanf statement. It's your wish. Value, and here I am passing the position also, where I want to insert this value in the list. So those two parameters I am passing. As usual, first of all, we need to declare, or we need to create the node, which node you want to insert. So here I want to insert node temp. Okay, so I have to assign the memory for the temp. Struct. We have already discussed the meaning of all these two statements, all these statements in the previous video lectures. So I am not explaining again and again. Okay, the meaning of these two statements is, now I want to insert one node temp at some position in the existing list. Okay, so with this statement I am allocating the memory dynamically for the node structure with the name temp. Okay, now store the data in the data portion of the temp. Temp data equal to, so what data we need to insert? Whatever value you are passing here. So that value. Right? So as usual, before inserting the node in the middle position or at the after position, first we need to verify whether the list is empty or not. If list is empty, nothing to be inserted. If list is empty, whatever node you are inserting, that node will be the first node as well as last node. Okay, so check whether the list is empty or not. If head equal to null, printf list is empty. If list is empty, our inserting node will be the first node as well as last node. Okay, so our inserting node will be the first node as well as last node. Here you can also write head next equal to null or temp next equal to null. Right? Suppose if the list contains some elements. Okay, see the example. Here I have 3 elements in the list, or 3 nodes in the list, or take the 4 nodes in the list. (10, 20, 30, 40). First node next field contains address of second node next field contains address of third node next field contains address of fourth node is the last node in our list, so next field will be null. Right? So as usual, first node is pointed by the head pointer contains address of first node, that is 100. Okay, now here we have assigned, we have created one node, temporary node. With this statement, we are allocating the memory for the temporary node. Just assume that this node is stored at index at address 350. Okay. With this statement, the memory will be allocated for temporary variable at address 350. Now at this statement, we are storing the value in the temp data position. Suppose in place of value, I am passing the value as 35. Okay, that 35 will be stored in the data part of the temp node. Now here I am checking whether the head is empty or not. If head is null, list is empty. Okay. If list is empty, our inserting node becomes the head node. Right? If list is not empty, then we need to move until the position where you want to insert. Now here I want to insert after node 20 or after node 30. I want to insert after 30. I want to insert this temp node after 30 node. Okay. So I need to find out where the 30 node is available in the list. So what we need to do is, we need to take one extra pointer, struct node star ptr. This node, by using this node, we should traverse all the nodes by verifying with its data until the node 30 node, until the 30 node is found. Whenever you found the node 30, then immediately after 30, we need to insert our temp node. So that is the logic. So here, initially we need to start comparison, or we need to start traversing from the first node. Okay. So that is the reason why for this head point ptr, I am assigning the head address. Okay. So here the ptr is. Now what is the address of ptr? Now ptr address is 100. Clear? Now next step, what we need to do is, with this ptr, we need to compare the data part. Why? Because here I want to insert my temp node after the node 30. So in the diagram where the 30 is available, in the third position. That means after 30 I need to insert temp. Okay. So that is the reason why what I am doing is, I am taking with the help of ptr and I am comparing ptr with the data, ptr data. Wherever the ptr data is 30, then after 30 I need to place temp. Okay. So how to compare this one? ptr data. What is ptr data? 10. Right? So this is not our position. If ptr data is not position, move the ptr to the next position. So ptr comes to this second index. Now compare ptr data. ptr data is 20. This is not our position, right? So move ptr to the next position by taking the address from the next field of the node. So next field address is 300. So move ptr to the 300. Now here ptr data is 30. So that data is matched with our position. Whenever the ptr data is matched, then stop the ptr here itself and put this node after ptr. So this is the logic we need to write. Let us see how to put that logic in the code. So here the condition is ptr data we are comparing. ptr data is not equal to our position. Here position is 30. Okay, this loop will continue until you find the position. So while ptr data is not equal to position, what we need to do? Move the ptr to the next position. ptr next. Now verify this code here. Now ptr is pointing 100. ptr data is 10. So 10 is not equal to, here our position is 30. ptr data is 10. 10 not equal to 30. Condition satisfied. If condition satisfied, what we are doing? We are assigning ptr next address to the ptr. What is the ptr next address? 200. Right? So this 100 will be replaced with 200. So now the ptr address is 200. That means your ptr comes to this position. Now again here we are checking ptr data. ptr data is 20. ptr data is 20. 20 not equal to 30. Condition satisfied. If this condition is satisfied, we need to assign ptr next address to the ptr. What is the ptr next address? 300. So that 300 we are assigning to ptr. That means this 200 will be replaced with 300. So this PTR comes to this position. Again check the data. Okay, check the condition. PTR data is position or not. Here what is the PTR data? 30 now. Okay, 30 not equal to, our position is 30 only, right? So our position is 30. 30 not equal to 30. Condition failed. If the condition failed, then what we can understand? We reached the position. Okay, we will come out of this while loop. So when you reach the position, then what we need to do is, after this PTR, we need to place our temp node. Okay, after PTR, we need to place this temp node. So how to insert this temp node after PTR? Just try to understand this one. In PTR next field, previously we have 400. Now we need to place temp after PTR. Okay, so for that what we need to do? This 400 we need to replace with the temp address 350, right? So directly if you replace this 400 with 350, automatically this link will be disconnected. So this node will be separated from the list. So that should not be the correct one. Okay, so if this node is separated from the list, then it will be very difficult to pick up that node. Okay, that is the reason why what we need to do is, first always we need to establish the right connection first. Okay, so right connection means in temp next store the address of 400. So this temp we need to place between PTR and 440, between 30 and 40, right? So if you want to insert this temp between 30 and 40, first we need to connect this temp to 440 node. Okay, so how to establish this connection? Store this 440 node address in the temp next field. Okay, so always this right side connection we need to establish. Why? Because if you connect this right node, one more connection will be established between temp and the 400. This connection we are not destroying. Okay, still this connection will be there. Okay, now what we need to do is, after this one, we need to disconnect this line. We need to connect 30 node to the temp. Okay, this connection we need to establish. So to connect this one, what we need to do is replace this 400 with 350 temp address, right? So these are the two steps we need to write it here. Whenever you identify the position, what we need to do? Whatever address, that is PTR next address. PTR next means 400. So this 400 we need to place in temp next. Okay, so here what is the logic? Place the PTR next address in temp next. Temp in temp next. Temp next. So with this statement, this connection will be established between temp and 40 node. Now next statement is, we need to replace this 400, we need to connect this 30 with the temp node. So to connect this statement, to connect these two nodes, what we need to write is, here, this node name is PTR next. So in PTR next, we need to place address of temp node. What is the address of temp? 350. This 350 we are placing in the PTR next. So these are the two statements to connect these two nodes with the temp node. Okay, once this is done, close the else block and close the function. Okay, this is all about insertion in the middle or insertion at after specified position. Okay, so for this function you can write any kind of logics. So some people what they will do is, by finding the index of nodes, they will connect the new node with the existing nodes. So this is the easiest logic for understanding. So whatever we are doing in the diagram, same thing we are writing in the code. So this is the simplest one for understanding purpose. Okay, so once again I'll explain this one. So first, whatever node you want to insert, first we need to create that node and we need to allocate the memory. Simply creating the node structure, if you create the node structure, the memory will not be allocated. Okay, so for allocating the memory, we need to use dynamic memory allocation methods, that is malloc. In case of C++, we need to use new method. Now, after allocating the memory and after creating the node structure, store the actual value in the data part of the node. Then check whether the list is empty or not. If list is empty, our inserting node becomes the head node, as well as our node, as well as here you can also write head next equal to null. This is optional. Head next equal to null. Suppose if the list is not empty, if the list contains some nodes, then we need to think where to insert that node. Okay, if you think that if you want to insert or insert after some node, then we need to compare the statement. PTR data is not equal to position. If PTR data is not equal to position, until we get the position, we need to move the PTR. Once you find the position, then we need to insert our temp node with the help of PTR. So simply in temp next field, place the address of PTR next. This is the PTR and this is the PTR next node. So PTR next node address, we need to place it in the temp next. And temp address, we need to place it in the PTR next field. So these are the two statements. These are the two statements that are useful for connecting, for placing this temp node between 30 and 40. So this is the insert after function, or we can also call it as insert middle function. Okay. So now we'll see how to find out the length of the single linked list. Okay, see how to count the number of nodes in a single linked list, right? First, void length of single linked list. Okay, here also same. Before counting the number of nodes in a single linked list, first of all we need to verify whether the list is empty or not. If list is empty, there are no nodes in the list. So length of the list is 0. Okay, so every time after visiting each and every node, we need to print the count, how many number of nodes we have visited. So that count we need to print, right? So for that reason, I am taking one variable count and I am initializing that count to 0. Okay, now I am taking one pointer to traverse from first node to last node for counting. Okay, so struct node star PTR. I am taking one pointer. Okay, so that pointer I need to start traversing from the first position. So head position. PTR equal to head. Right? Now see, just assume that if there are no nodes in the list, okay, how to verify whether the nodes list contains nodes or not? Suppose if head is equal to null, that indicates that list is empty. Printf list is empty. If list is not empty, okay, so in this case just assume that our list contains 4 elements. Our list contains 4 elements, 100, 200 or 250, 300, 10, 15, 20, 25, and this is our head node, right? So here 200, 250, 300, last node next field is null. So by seeing this diagram itself, we can say that that list contains 4 nodes. But how to count? In the program, we need to find out how many number of nodes in the list. Okay, so here with the help of count variable, we need to count all the nodes. Now see, here the thing is, first we need to start traversing from the head node. Okay, so with this statement, I am taking one PTR Here address is 100. Now here I am taking PTR. My PTR address is initially 100. Okay. Now here we need to verify whether that PTR is next field or PTR value is null or not. At any point of time, PTR pointer value is null. That indicates that we have reached the last node in the list. Okay, that means we have crossed the last node. So here always the PTR is a pointer, always points to the nodes. Always it points to the address of that particular node. So first we are initializing PTR with the head node. So PTR holds the address of head node 100. Okay, now here I am comparing whether PTR value is null or not. If PTR value is not null, move to the next position. Count that node and move to the next position. At any point of time, PTR value is null. That indicates that the list is over. Okay, so that is the logic. Now see, while PTR not equal to null, here PTR means PTR value. What is the PTR value? 100. Because first time it is pointing to the address of head node. Okay, so if PTR value is not null, then what to do? We need to move PTR to the next position. Okay, so what is the PTR next? 200. So we need to move PTR to the 200 position. Now this 100 is replaced with 200. Now check the condition again. Here PTR equal to PTR next. What is PTR next? 200. The 200 is assigned to the PTR. So PTR comes to the second node position. Now again we need to verify the same condition. PTR is equal to null or not. Here PTR value is now 200. 200 is not null. If PTR is not null, then what to do? Assign the PTR next address to the PTR. What is the PTR next address? 250. So that 250 is assigned to PTR. Okay. Now this, here, before moving that PTR, we need to count the number of nodes also, right? So here, we need to count, we need to increment the count value. We need to increment the count value. If PTR next not equal to null, increment the count value. Okay, so first time I'll explain once again. Initially PTR value is 100. Okay, 100 is not equal to null. Condition satisfied. So we'll enter into this loop. The count value will be incremented by 1. That means that node value we need to count. So count value is incremented. Initially count is 0. Now count becomes 1. Okay, that means one node we have visited. Now we need to move PTR to the next position. We have already counted first node. We need to move to the next node. So PTR next address we need to move. So what is the PTR next? 200. So that PTR next we need to assign to the PTR. So PTR moves to the next address. This 100 will be replaced with 200. Right? Now verify this condition again. Now the PTR value is 200. 200 is not equal to null. Again condition satisfied. We will enter into this while loop. Count plus plus. That means we are counting the second node. So 2. Okay. After counting second node, what we are doing? PTR next address we are assigning to the PTR. What is the PTR next address? 250. So that 250 is assigned to the PTR. Now this 200 is replaced with 250 so that the PTR moves to the 250 address. Now again verify the PTR value is null or not. Now PTR value is 250. 250 is not equal to null. We'll enter into this while loop. Count plus plus. So 3 nodes. Now assign PTR next address to the PTR. What is the PTR next address now? 300. So that 300 will be assigned to the PTR. So now 250 is replaced with 300. That means that your PTR comes to the address 300. Now again same. PTR next. Here PTR is 300. 300 not equal to null. Alright? We are not comparing with the next value. We are comparing with the PTR value. So PTR value is 300. So 300 not equal to null. If 300 not equal to null, count plus plus. So count becomes 4. Now assign PTR next address to the PTR. What is the PTR next address now? PTR next address is null. Right? So that for PTR we are assigning the null value. Okay. Next, PTR not equal to null. Now what is the value of PTR? Null. Null not equal to null. Condition failed. If the condition is failed, we will come out of this while loop. Okay. Now close the while loop. Close the else block. Now what is the count value? Here 4. So that 4 we need to print it as a output, as a length of the single linked list. Alright. So here write the printf statement. Printf length of SLL or single linked list is equal to %LD, where the length or total number of nodes are available in count variable. So print the count value. Okay, here this printf statement prints 4. Yes, in our list contains 4 values, 4 nodes. So close the function, length function. Okay, so in this way we can find out the length of a single linked list or number of nodes in a single linked list. Okay, so in this video we have discussed about how to insert the node after the specified node. Okay, after that we have seen how to count the number of nodes in a single linked list. So in the coming video I'll explain how to delete the node from the beginning and how to delete the node from end. Okay, thank you.